Hello everyone. Welcome to the virtual class of Learning Curve Theory. It is one of the most emerging issues in cost and management accountancy. Let us understand the basics of learning curve theory in this virtual session. Learning curve states that the time required to perform a task decreases as the task is repeated and the amount of improvement decreases as more units are produced. This particular concept is based on the understanding that as and when we used to perform repetitive task means similar task in multiple numbers, automatically the expertise, the efficiency, and the time to complete the task gets reduced. It is because of human skill. Say, for example, we are doing anything very first time. It may be possible that we are in need of significant amount of time to complete that task because the task is new. We are performing this task very first time. But just imagine that we are doing a similar task second time. Definitely, we will take less time than that of previous attempt. Now imagine that you are performing this task 50th time. You will take less time than that of earlier all attempts because the experience that we have received in previous all attempts may improve our efficiency, may improve our effectiveness, and may improve our ability to perform the same task 50th time without any error. So, learning curve theory is all about learning something with the repetitive efforts. A learning curve is a graphical representation of the changing rate of learning in the average person for a given activity or tool. Let us understand these things graphically. On your screen, you can check a graph, a diagram, which shows that with each and every attempt, our effective or you can say average time of manufacturing gets reduced. Say for example, we are making first unit of a product. So for the purpose of making first unit of a product, we are in need of 10 hours. It may be possible that for the manufacturing of second unit, we may take less than 10 hours based on the rate of learning. In case of fourth unit, we may take less time than that of earlier all the units produced by us because each and every attempt makes us learning something out of our experience. So the average time or average manufacturing period gets decreases at these way. The units of productions are 60, then 120, then 180, than 240. So the average time decreases significantly at initial stage. At a later stage, the rate of decrease may be less, but learning curve affects too the manufacturing cycle invariably. Let us try to understand the things with different aspect. Learning curves are also known as experience curve, cost curves, efficiency curves, and productivity curves. These curves help demonstrate the cost per unit of output decreases over time with the increase in experience of the workforce. Learning curves and experience curves is extensively used by organization in production planning, cost forecasting, and setting delivery schedules. Now, you need to understand how it is affecting to our cost, as it is known as experience curve. With each and every experience of same kind of manufacturing process, our efficiency expertise gets increases, and as and when it is increases, our effective time or average time to manufacturing the product goes down. Second thing, there are less chances of wastage, there are less chances of damage during the production, and effective labor hours also decreases significantly. We are supposed to pay amount to our labor force based on working hours, and if total working hours gets decreased, we are supposed to pay less amount to our workforce as direct labor or direct wages. Sometimes it is also possible that overheads and other direct expenses are based on per hour rate. So if labor hours are reduced, automatically all the expenses connected with labor hours also decreases. This particular theory is not only known as a learning curve theory, it is connected with the productivity of the employees. So it is also known as a productivity curves. It is also connected with the increasing efficiency of the workforce. It is also known as efficiency curve. It is also connected with the cost, because if learning curve is working effectively, overall cost of the production decreases. So it is also known as cost curves. And with each and every experience, we get confident in manufacturing cycle. So it is also known as experience curve. These particular concept, in fact, emerging concept in the field of cost accounting and management accounting is used in any manufacturing organization for the purpose of production planning, cost forecasting, and setting delivery schedules. For example, if the rate of reduction is 20%, then the learning curve is referred as 80% learning curve. What it means? It means that production quantities are double. Here we need to remember this term double over a period of time. The average time decreases by 20% for immediate production unit, or 80% time is taken than that of previous attempt. Let us understand this discussion with a practical question. Say for example, time taken for the production of one unit is 20 hours, or first unit is 20 hours. Learning curve applicable to the process is 80%. So the reduction rate is 20%. We need to remember the learning curve applicable to the process, and it is 80%. From these two informations available on your screen, let us try to understand the fact. When we have produced very first unit of any new product, we have taken 20 hours of labor force. Learning curve applied to this process is 80%. It means in a first unit we have taken 20 hours. So when we double the production, that is 2 units, the time will be 80% of the 20, that is 16 hours. Let us calculate for number of units. Number of units, average time taken per unit, and total time taken. When we are manufacturing first unit, we are taking 20 hours to complete the work. So obviously total time taken is 20 hours. But when we are making 2 units, it is a double. As per the learning curve theory, the production or the batch is a double. So earlier it was a 1, so double, so 2. When we are making 2 units of the production, the average time 20 hours and the learning curve applicable is 80%. So the average time applicable for the process is 16 hours per unit. It is because of learning curve applicable to the process. So 16 hours per unit multiplied by 2 units. So total time taken 32 hours. Now management doubled the production from 2 units to 4 units. The average time taken for 2 units were 16 units. So 16 hours multiplied by learning curve rate 80%. So average time taken to produce 1 unit when we are manufacturing 4 units, 12.8 hours. Total time taken 12.8 hours per unit multiplied by 4 units. So total 51.2 hours. Now manufacturer again double the production from 4 units to 8 units. For the manufacturing of 4 units, average time taken was 12.8 hours. So if you double the production, 12.8 hours multiplied by learning curve rate 80%. So for the manufacturing of 8 units, average time taken by the workforce is 10.24 hours and total time 10.24 hours per unit multiplied by number of units manufactured, that is 8. So total time taken 81.92 hours. Then again manufacturing doubled from 8 to 16. So what was average manufacturing time per unit while making 8 units? 10.24. So 10.24 hours, learning curve 80%. So average manufacturing time per unit is 8.192 per unit. Total time taken, number of units produced 16 multiplied by 8.192 hours equals to 131.072. For the purpose of very easy understanding of this theory, instead of assuming manufacturing unit, you just assume any of the chapter of your subject that you are learning for. When we are going to solve first question, we are in need of 20 minutes to solve. So total time taken 20 minutes. This is based on assumption. But while a solution of a second question of the same chapter, you are already enriched with the experience of the first question. So definitely you will take less than 20 minutes that you have taken to solve first question. When you are solving fourth question of the chapter, sixth or eighth question of the chapter, 16th question of the chapter, and when you are going to solve 64 number of question of the chapter, you can easily understand the importance of learning curve, because with each and every attempt our learning curve gets improved and our effective time goes down. Now, for the purpose of learning this particular topic, we need to concentrate on two important assumptions. The first assumption is the production process should be labor intensive. The most important word written over here for your reference: labor intensive. It means that the manufacturing process is mainly based on human skill, not on automatic machines. As we all know that there are two types of production technology. One, it is a capital intensive, and second, it is a labor intensive. In capital intensive production technology, automatic machines are playing an important role, while in a labor intensive technology, human skill is most important. Learning curve theory is applicable only in the case if the company is following labor intensive technique for manufacturing, because learning curve or experience curve affects to human skill. For automatic machines, learning curve is not applicable. Let me explain this with an example. Suppose you are making roti by traditional method. It may be possible that while making the roti, first roti, you have taken 10 minutes. But while making a second roti, the time will be less than 10 minutes. In case of third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, and so on attempt, your manufacturing time goes down. But just now imagine that the roti maker is making the roti for you, and it is a fully automatic. So this fully automatic machine is working at par excellence, and it is always working at minimum time of the process. So you cannot expect that first roti made in 10 minutes, so second roti will be made by this machine in 8 minutes, because 80% learning curve is applicable. Learning curve is applicable only and only in labor intensive production technique. Capital intensive production techniques where automatic machines are working, learning curve is not affected. And second assumption, the production process or task or performance is repetitive in nature. If it is performed only once, I have clearly mentioned over here, if it is only once, only one time, the learning curve cannot be applicable. Let us see a picture on right hand side. A juggler is playing with the balls, and frequently he is playing with the balls without any error. How it is possible? Because he is not doing this particular performance very first time, and it is not only once. If you are performing any task numbers of time, then learning curve theory is applicable. But if you are doing anything only once, learning curve cannot be effective. I hope all of you are clear with this understanding. Thank you. Keep watching next sessions.